What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and shout out to all of you guys that have been flooding my inbox about this new Gunslinger glitch where you can equip it, triple and quadruple times. Pretty much, like I said to you guys before, for me, because I use Aaron Rodgers, I'm not really going crazy about it. Some of you guys wanted me to talk about it, the possibility of using it. What do I think about it? But pretty much what's happening is this, right? If you feel that you like a quarterback other than Aaron Rodgers for whatever reason, and you want to go ahead and you want to do it, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to show you guys really quickly though. With Aaron Rodgers, the thing about him, he's always been that dude, and it's always been kind of built in with him. You can see right here that his gunslinger situation, he has to achieve a 99 overall to get that in the first slot. He can get it there, and he can also get it in the last tier, right? So he could get it twice. All right. Would that do anything to his card? It's possible it would. For me to do that, to put an ability on my QB, I don't want to do that. And I explained to you guys several times before why I did not want to do that. And the reason behind why you don't want to do it, as far as with the way that I play, is because I'm going to throw streaks primarily, and I'm going to go ahead and throw post routes and stuff like that if it's necessary, if I'm getting double or triple teamed or whatever. And he can do it without the ability. So as far as you guys going back, go to like Tom Brady, Gmia, try him out, go back to Mahomes, go back to, Mike Vick, and, put the gunslinger on him 2 to 3 times. That would make sense for anyone that's using their QB with abilities. All right. For most of us, we understand the game now. Pretty much at this point, there is no satisfaction for me to go ahead and put an ability on Aaron Rodgers and take away from the other abilities that I'm currently using. I'm going to explain to you guys why. With the way that EA set the game up, right? I'm not saying they set it up right, but the way they set the game up, you need a running back with abilities for me, because that really keeps your opponent off kilt. Because if I go out there, let's say for instance, right, I go ahead and I give Aaron Rodgers back his abilities, right? Let's go hypothetical. I give him back his abilities. What is that going to do for me? Specifically, I have to take an ability off of my running back or off of one of my receivers. How does that benefit me? It really doesn't. You see what I'm saying? So if you are in the same boat and you use Aaron Rodgers right now, the best thing that you can do to be smart about the whole situation is to keep it exactly the way it is, because Aaron Rodgers already throws the ball fast enough for me. The problem is if I want to go away from him. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got one chick that does one thing right, and then you got another chick that does other things better, but she doesn't have the same type of mindset as the first chick. This is very, very wild, bro. But you got to go with the best case scenario. You see what I'm saying? For us to do that right now, we can experiment with it and see what it does and have a little bit of fun with it, but it's going to come at a risk, because as we all know, if you go out there, remember back in October, when I was using whenever Randy Moss was first released, you guys were asking me, Gmia, why did I stack Streak Specialist 3 times in his for his abilities? And I just never responded to you guys. But we all know that was eventually patched by EA Sports. For you guys that have been here long enough, you guys know, because I said it to you guys. I'm like, why does EA specifically say does not stack with itself? We already know as gamers, if they're telling us that it doesn't stack with itself, they probably don't want us to do it, because in most cases, a lot of these things are going to stack with itself. So because of that, that causes a lot of issues for everybody that's going through, trying to figure certain things out. But remember, that was something that we did earlier when we first figured out, Streak Specialist is OP, but they nerfed it a little bit. Why don't we stack it? And then a lot of you guys started to put 2 or 3 Streak Specialists, and you guys noticed that the dude would just fly off the line. Little did we know that now, fast forward to this point, it'll be Gunslinger, and it actually works. So I've seen several clips about it. You guys have, let me know what's going on with it. Numerous people have sent me, other stuff from people that were doing it live on stream. So I see it and I know that it works, but it doesn't excite me. I don't have a Nick Chubb in my pants, because my system already works. And if you guys understand what I'm doing with my system, I have something that people always have to be aware of. Rob Gronkowski and Calvin having abilities, you always have to pay attention to that. So that's something that's very, very important for the way I run my offense. Now, for those of you guys that already have abilities on your quarterback, you're golden. You see what I'm saying? Like, your gold, bruh, go, stack it. Whatever, golden ticket, whatever you want to do, you stack it the way you want to stack it. And because now you don't have to worry about waiting 75 million years for the quarterback to release the ball. So that's something that you guys can do. But for me, it makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? But it is something that's good. And also, remember, if you go out there and you stack a lot of Gunslinger, what else is your quarterback doing? Like, you're going to definitely have to have a gold 99. Okay, so that way you can stack it 3 times. I believe that 4 times is like ridiculous max speed. But you would need to have at least, I would say, probably have escape artists on whatever quarterback you're using, and then the other 3. That's going to be a system that you guys are going to have to figure out, because it is kind of unfair that you have to stack it, because Gunslinger should just work the way that it works with all 3 or 4, triple and quadruple equipped. In all honesty, it should just work that way, because remember what I told you guys, that's the way that I remembered Gunslinger. The way that I'm visibly seeing it with the clips, that's the way that I remembered it. And then now they watered it down, and now there's a way for you to do it. So that's something that you guys can pretty much go out there and do, because a lot of the quarterbacks that we had a lot of issues with the windup, as long as it's a gold 99, you're good to go. So what I'm going to show you guys right now is this. Most of us that's played with Cam Newton, the golden ticket, like myself, I told you guys that dude is straight garbage, right? So with that being said, right now with the way that it is, if you wanted to go back and try double, triple, quadruple Gunslinger with Cam Newton, like I said, I don't recommend having all the boxes stacked with it, because then you can't do anything else. You need to have at least, escape artists and stuff like that. I know it's fun to get the ball off, but remember, that's the way Gunslinger used to be, so it's not really exciting to me. He's pretty cheap right now at 258. All right, he's been fluctuating around there. In that regard, you go ahead and try to give him double, triple, whatever you're doing with that. The Michael Vick, the Patrick Mahomes, all that good stuff. For me, I can't really waste the coins on that, because I already know what works. And for those of you guys that really understand that, if you don't want to waste an ability on your QB and your QB gets the ball off super fast, why go now and do it? I just don't, like, for me, I just don't see it. I don't see it as something that is, something that I would want to do. But I just wanted to make sure you guys heard it from me directly, that I don't feel that I'm going to start putting abilities on my quarterback and I'm going to take away from my running back. That's a huge thing. If I take abilities off Bo Jackson, right, he just becomes normal. We all know that the abilities is what makes the player superhuman. So if I take abilities off of my key players to give it to a quarterback, like, what am I doing? It doesn't make any sense for me. If you're watching this video and you already, you choose to do that, like I said, be very careful with it though, because I would probably try to monitor it. You stack it twice and then give the card another 2 abilities and see how it works. And then you could go ahead and stack it 3 times if it's not enough speed for you with the release of the board, with the ball. Then you stack it 4 times if you need more. But again, with the way that I'm currently playing right now, it doesn't seem to make much sense for that to happen. Now, as far as the abilities that I can't really play around with living without, whatever your player's doing, like for instance with Calvin Johnson, right? I took away his what did I do to him recently? I think what I did was I gave him slot apprentice, because we've been trying to throw the ball from the slot a little bit more often. And obviously streak specialist, that helps you go up there and get those streaks. Post flag elite, it gives you better route running, and then that's what a lot of people run with. They want to run around with Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill is mossing everybody. That doesn't really take any type of user skill when you use post flag elite and you throw the post. You just have to click on and just hold the button and he'll just catch it in coverage, whatever, because the post flag elite. Now, if you take that stuff off, is it a system where sometimes you'll still get that post? Yeah, but the streaks, I can do it without the streak specialist. I've shown you guys that several times, but it's not as consistent because you don't get that extra oomph. Like, you need that oomph, bro. Like, you need to know, your opponent needs to know he's gonna get mossed. And the only way that you can really be confident in the fact that he's gonna get mossed is to make sure you have streak specialists, because EA will give you the animation to go ahead and jump. So removing it, I'm not saying you can't do it, because I've done it, but it's a lot easier, and you don't want to stress yourself out when you're throwing the streak by trying to do it without streak specialists. So now, if I take away from either of those, I'm hurting myself with my offense, because that's my offense. So why would I do that to add it to my quarterback? Same thing now with the running back. My running back, with the stuff that he has on, I'm gonna get glitchy animations, because sometimes, sometimes Bruiser will work. Sometimes I'll stiff arm somebody into another world. All right. Now, would I consider trying to stack Bruiser or stack other things? you know, it's something you could try and see what's going on if you wanted to. But again, for me, it doesn't really matter unless I'm going to consistently get it. Because some of you guys are saying, like, what if you stack, you know, armbar, whatever like that? Would it work? I don't know. But for me, I need that outside zone guru because my guys really do block heavier. I need evasive. Sometimes I got to spin a dude and go pick his mom's up. I need human joystick. I need bruiser in certain one-on-one situations. So those things are very, very key for me. So I can't, you know, just give that up so that my quarterback can throw the ball fast when Aaron Rodgers already does it. So again, it's unfortunate that at this moment, Aaron Rodgers does not come to a 99, but it doesn't matter because eventually he'll get it and it'll be fine. Not a big deal for me. But if you feel that your Michael Vick is not doing what he's supposed to do, if you feel that your Patrick Mahomes is not doing what he's supposed to do, then you go ahead, you know, go grab it, try it out, see the double, see the triple, stack it, and see how it works. But I would urge you guys to understand, if your system is working with Aaron Rodgers and you have at least one running back and you have your 2 wide receivers or a tight end or wide receiver with abilities, I would leave it the way that it is. Because it would seem to not make sense to go away from a system that's working. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's pretty much what I got for you guys. So let me know what you're planning on doing. Are you enjoying the Gunslinger glitch? Is that something that's exciting you? If it is, keep doing it. All I ever wanted for you guys is to be happy playing the game. That's fine. For me, I'm good the way it stands right now with the way I have my ability set up. So that's what I'm going to choose to do at this time. Anything else you guys have, you guys can always reach out to me the way that you did. Over 100 comments about it. Thank you guys so much. You know, just let me know what's going on with it. But again, Aaron Rodgers is fine for me at this point, so we'll leave it like that. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. You go ahead and have a great day. Stay safe. Until next time. One love, y'all.